So good evening. Unai Emery back again. Hope not. But real talk, all jokes aside, thank you very much for all the love and support on the channel recently. And thank you to everybody who's gone and taken part in the Bergkamp signed, framed football shirt giveaway on the Flick app. Do go and check that out. Make sure you go and take part in that. And once you've downloaded the app, scroll down to the Bergkamp giveaway and make sure you put 2 emotes in the chat and you've qualified. Also, do follow me on LeeGunner82 on Instagram. I will be back again in a couple of hours from now, maybe 2.5 hours from now, maybe 3 hours perhaps, with the preview and starting 11 predictions that you guys picked on Flick. Go and take part in the poll. But I will be back within the next 3 hours doing a starting 11 and prediction and preview for the Leicester game, which, by the way, doesn't appear to be on TV. I think you have to pay like 10 quid to watch it on Carabao website. Cheers for that. That's how modern football's gone these days. But let's start talking about this young man. He is linked with a move to Atletico Madrid. And the talk over here in Spain, where I am currently, is that this deal looks like it's about to happen. I'm not going to throw me hat into the ring and say it's definitely going to happen, but it does look like it is very, very advanced. And his agent is in talks with Atletico. And it does look like that this potentially could happen. And wouldn't it be ironic if he actually goes to Atletico Madrid and we don't get Thomas Partey? Could you imagine the scenes? Could you imagine the meltdown if we didn't get him? Jesus Christ. But he is very heavily linked, and it does look like that deal could potentially happen. Now, what does that mean for Thomas Partey? Not a great deal, because let's be real. It's a buyout clause. You have to pay the money. Now, yes, they are crippled heavily with debt. Yes, they are crippled heavily with furloughing their staff, which means that every single sale they do out of their football club, they only have around 20 to 25% of the money to actually invest, because the government in Spain take the rest of it. Whereas in England, it's slightly different. The furlough scheme in England is completely different. But in Spain, if they sold Thomas Partey for 50 million euros, they have only got 25% of that, which is about 12.5 million, probably less than that. 12 million, isn't it? Yeah, about 12 million. No, it's less than that. Oh my God, my maths is shocking. Unbelievable. Yeah, it is about 12. What am I doing? I've had a mare. I've had an absolute shocker. It's about 12.5 million euros that they have to spend out of that 50 million euros. But don't even take the piss in the comments. I got an E in GCSE maths. My maths since then has been pretty relentless. I can't lie, until this video. So yeah, cheers for that. But it does mean that they only get about 25% of the money that they get in for players to then go and sign players with, which is probably why they're being so like relentless with the with the 50 million euros. And it's just dragged on and on and on. And it is so boring now, man. It's like, listen, if Arsenal want him, just go and pay the money. It is so boring. Then we've got this guy, and this guy is going to cost around 60 million euros. It's like, you know, we found out today that because of the new restrictions, the new normal, because of the new restrictions in the UK, football fans are now no longer allowed to go back to the games next month, which means that the money is going to drop in terms of revenue into the football club. It means that, you know, there may not be that much money available. Yes, there's still money available. Don't get it twisted. Arsenal are not skint, regardless of what you read or see or hear. Arsenal are far from skint, but it does mean that the clubs are now probably sitting there looking at it thinking, rah, we ain't got no fans in the ground for as long as the foreseeable future says so, which could be the whole season. And if it is the whole season, then I look at it and I just think like, that's a nice, tidy excuse for Arsenal to hide behind. Oh, well, the fans are not allowed back in. So what we'll do is we'll hide behind that and say that we were skint and the pandemic has cost us. Listen, a lot of other football clubs have gone out there this summer, stroke autumn now, because it is the last day of summer today, officially in the UK. It's still 27 degrees out here, baby. Not that you'd see it with the lighting. My lighting game is strong, so you can't see my tan. But it does look like that could be a potential excuse for Arsenal to hide behind, like, oh, well, the pandemic. We couldn't sign players because fans are not allowed into the ground. Let me just tell you something real quick. Matchday revenue is around about £1 million. We have roughly 26, 27 games at home over a course of a season, including Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Europa League, Premier League. Around 26 to 28, maybe. £1 million per game loss of revenue is 26 to 28 million pound, right? That is not the make or break for Arsenal to go and sign Houssem Aouar. It is not the make or break for Arsenal to meet the release clause of Thomas Partey. It's not the release clause. Like, come on, seriously. Every other football club has gone out there and done bits. We're sitting there lagging behind and we're just like, boy, let's just hope and pray. And I know that what's going to happen is at the end of this transfer window, that Arteta is going to come out and go, well, we couldn't get what we wanted. The pandemic, X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. But we should challenge anyway. And then when we don't challenge, everyone's going to call all the way back 360 and go, standing and back us, mate. Yeah, and it's just like Turkish said. I'm going to keep quoting Turkish. It is a never-ending roundabout. We're just going round and round. Let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know whether you think Lucas Torreira will go on loan for €4 million to Atletico Madrid. Let me know whether you think we're getting Thomas Partey. Let me know whether there's a deal to be had there with Thomas Partey and Torreira. And maybe we boost it up with a little bit of cash. Let's not forget, this is not Football Manager, people. As I've been told all summer, it's not Football Manager. Yeah, it is for everybody else. Like, seriously, come on, man. Play the game. One thing I will say is I would say be excited. And on that bombshell, my people, I will be back again in about 3 hours from now with a preview, with a starting 11 that you guys have picked off the Flick app. And don't forget the Dennis Bergkamp signed, framed T-shirt, the GOAT, bah, the realist, the real one, the big man, DB10, the best player I've ever seen in my life play for my football club. So make sure you go and check that out. Scroll down to the chat. Make sure you put two emotes in the chat and you're qualified. Make sure you follow me, League Gunner 82 on Insta. Until I drop the preview, latest peeps.